A second. Okay, so it's using default, so it's OBS's fault. So if I switch that to microphone, yep, it's going to start picking up me now. And I switch that to headset. It should start picking up you now.
That would be good.
Yep,
if
that
it
would
did.
do. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, I'm so fucking glad I caught that. Before we started talking and got 30 minutes into the episode, and then just had to deal with an awkward.
You don't sound like a fucking schizophrenic.
Well, I wouldn't have sounded like a schizophrenic because it wasn't picking up my audio either.
Yeah, there was nothing going through.
So it would have just been completely no context, random shit just sucking on the screen, 0 audio. Yeah, so good shit indeed. So we can
full stream.
Yeah, we continue the streak of not having Sign here because he continues to have really garbage internet and monopolies are a thing, and sucks for him.
No, not monopolies. Oligopolies.
Well, that too, yes, I suppose.
Which is basically the same thing, let's be real.
Yeah, second verse seems the first.
Yep.
So, let's get into it, though. Fanfiction, hey? What have we not done in a while?
I don't know.
No, we've not done in a while. We haven't done Bleach in a while.
Oh yeah, didn't they just start airing part 2 of the 1000?
Yeah, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fucking garbage flooding in. It's honestly really telling. It's really telling that when we go into these sections, it's like only the old shit is actually getting fanfiction written for it, even by the Zoomers. Because, like, no one watches the new stuff.
And if they do, it's just no one wants to write for it.
Well, the thing is that the Zoomers are fucking illiterate.
True.
So,
they don't know how to write for it
any longer.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of illiteracy, did you guys see that new shit that's kicking off on TikTok? It's been covered by a couple people now, called the NPC fetish.
The what?
The what?
Yeah, so basically, OnlyFans tier girls go on TikTok and start live streaming, and they don't interact with the audience at all. How you prompt them to do things is you pay for a TikTok sticker, and they react to the sticker. So if you pay $3 to send them a hot dog, they say something like, "Oh, hot dog, yum yum yum." Or if it's like a cat, they like meow.
You know what? It could have been funny if they did like the Oblivion shit, but no, that's even worse. I hate it.
Oh, it's fucking horrendous. It is literally mind-destroying content. Well, like, we're moving past mind-numbing content, and we've gone straight into mind-destroying content.
Someone posts a picture of a skull. Necromancy is banned in Syria.
Yeah, so, it gets worse.
I don't like this.
Yeah, it gets worse.
Sticky,
yeah.
Because they're not mentally maturing past TV made for 4-year-olds.
Yeah. So it gets worse. Honestly, I should start another podcast that's not political. And it's just called It Gets Worse. And all I do is I just cover retarded internet news of everything just getting worse.
And that's still somehow going to get political.
I mean, everything's political these days because everyone makes it political.
Oh, no, everyone doesn't make it political. One side makes it political, and everyone else ends up having to argue with them on that.
That's fair.
Arena, because they won't fucking listen otherwise.
Yeah, that's fair. So anyway, it gets worse. So, some of these girls went from like 3,000 followers on TikTok to like 700,000 followers on TikTok by doing 5-hour streams of this every day. Well, the why is about to be extremely apparent. So, some of them have OnlyFans accounts, and some of these OnlyFans accounts have like 8,000 people following them now. And to follow some of these OnlyFans accounts, you need to pay $20. And so some of these people are actually making, on average per month, between $500,000 and $800,000.
Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm kind of just like, okay.
That's some bullshit.
Goddamn.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know if I could, you know, I'll sell myself for a lot of shit, you know, it's like, you know, pay me like $10 million and maybe I'll kill a guy for you. But I don't know if I don't think there is an amount of money you could pay me that would make it fine for me to do something like that. Because, like, I don't know, I just feel like that's, you're basically a used whore, but the internet's what fucked you. And, you know, it's one thing if you're just hot and you end up becoming popular and, you know, someone somewhere is jacking off to you or slapping to you.
What in Sigmar's name have I entered to?
He's talking about TikTok bitches.
Ah.
But it's another
latest
thing
trend.
if you intentionally go out there to sell pictures of yourself so people will slap to you. I feel like that's the line. Oh, another thing about it gets worse. So because of TikTok, Zoomers have genuinely forgotten how to interact normally with people. Because the top TikTokers all do overly emotive, anime-esque bouncing and eye-rolling and face movements. Because that's what they grew up watching instead of, like, real reality TV, effectively, where real people are doing shit, even if it's just friends.
Press X to doubt on the real people doing real things on reality TV. We all know reality TV was bullshit.
You realize what I'm saying is when someone's walking into a room and picks up a sandwich and eats it, I'm talking about a real person walking into a real room that actually exists somewhere and eating a sandwich that is real.
Okay, just needed to clarify.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm talking about the difference between a digital medium and a real, actual, realistic medium that is real.
Okay.
In the real world.
Ostensibly.
I mean, even if it's a fucking set, it still technically exists.
Yes.
But yeah, so because of that, all these Zoomers now are acting with these over-exaggerated anime-like movements because they don't know how to interact, and they socialized with themselves, I mean, amongst their peers, who were also socializing from anime. And all of the top TikTokers are repeating these actions, so it's self-reinforcing. It is extremely disturbing and cringy shit. Honestly, the Zoomers are fucked.
I mean, that was a given. But it's even more so now.
Yeah.
Like, between the political agendas and whatnot, like, we're basically going to be in a massive decline, I'm betting.
Oh, 100% we are. Well, I mean, that's like, that was always guaranteed, but,
Oh, I know, but it's just more apparent even now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at least then there was...
I do want to take one moment to just say that our parents said the same exact thing when we were playing video games for money. Like, just saying, right? Every generation is convinced the generation behind them is the doom of mankind.
I mean, in
As
this
You-
case,
counterpoint,
it's kind of true.
You're
we're
not-
seeing a consistent drop in socialization
Yeah.
skills and literacy and all manner of other things that are kind of
Yeah,
important
you see
for
the
actual
difference between
survival.
our generation and the Zoomer generation being the actually everything's going to be fucked now is that our generation actually were extremely socialized because we had to go because we didn't have social media back then, so our way of socializing was meeting completely random people and interacting with them for 15 to 20 minutes, or maybe if we're gonna really stinge it out, like several hours, and then never seeing them ever again. And so we got a wide variety of interaction, and then on top of that, because we played games a lot with each other, we also did a lot of couch co-oping, which means we actually spent a lot of time in close proximity to people we consider friends, even if we weren't doing things outside.
I would say now I'll give you couch co-op and co-op in general as a promoter of.
I don't know if I'd consider some of the people that I played couch co-op friends.
Yeah, as well, things change in retrospect, but
yeah,
at
sure,
the time you
but
probably
like,
did.
at the bare minimum, unless someone in that setting is a complete unrepentant shitbag, you gotta get along a little.
Yeah.
Does picking Peach from Mario Party count as being an unrepentant shitbag?
No.
No.
Never mind then.
So anyway, so socializing did happen a lot, and honestly, we didn't turn out great, but we didn't turn out terrible. Our literacy rates were actually still pretty high. Yes, we do have a large, unfortunate proportion of people who are just absolutely fucked in the head, but I blame that more on college than I do childhood socialization. And on top of that, I would blame that more on single motherhood than I would on childhood socialization of video games. But effectively, how to put this? Zoomers missed 3 years of socialization. And on top of that, Zoomers grew up with social media. And social media, instead of building on top of the IRC channels and forum posting of our day, built echo chambers instead. And with the increased ability to create these echo chambers, whether they're private Discord channels or even private Discord servers or etc. Before, yes, IRC channels were private, air quotes, but there were public ones, and yes, technically
but I mean, there are public Discords where all you have to do is press a button.
Right, but technically speaking, in an IRC chat, you could say a lot of shit and not get banned in a public IRC chat. With the advent of social media and the advent of extreme censorship, now people like Sign and I have to actually censor people on our Discord servers if we don't want the server to get nuked by the company. IRC, you never had to worry about that because there was never an overarching company that controlled IRC.
To tag on to one thing you were talking about, like how like the social media has bred like such a shit culture and echo chamber, it's also bred, like, I want to say, a mob mentality on various aspects.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely allowed people
Though
to
that's
form...
kind of the same thing as an echo chamber, I guess.
Well,
Like,
no, it's 50-50.
I will say the mob, I don't want to say mob culture, but like
it's a mob culture. That's
it is definitely a mob culture, but I will say it's not original. I mean, 4chan had the internet hate machine.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Fair enough.
Let's be clear. It definitely it definitely at minimum started with our generation because good lord,
right? But
you have not seen a pylon until you've seen a WoW server turn on someone.
That is true. However, I will counter with social media allows people to put faces to names, and this adds credibility to the mob. Whereas before it was like, oh, it's those fucking 4chaners again doing this shit. And basically anytime 4chan did shit, it was the hacker known as 4chan, and everyone's minds, it was just fat, ugly weirdo who was greasy and, lived in his mom's basement.
Lived in mom's basement, didn't take a shower, and thought "m'lady" was a pickup line.
Yeah. And now with social media, everyone puts their profile pictures as their real face and uses their real name. And so now when, Jess McFarlane goes out and says, John Schmo raped me, and everyone looks at John Schmo and they're like, oh, well, we know who he is. We know who he really is. It's a lot easier to form a mob around a face and a name than it is around an idea. So yeah, no, it's definitely ruined people.
But like I said, I won't argue with you that this made it worse, but for sure, there were plenty of pylon, whether it be
no, 100%.
people who were creators or just people
it's my favorite drama ever is watching the fucking creator community slash against each other. It's the great shit. I fucking get popcorn. But it's definitely for Zoomers. It's definitely ruined them even more. So they're lacking real life socialization. The digital socialization they get is this mob like echo chamber. I'll use my little brother and his Discord server that he's no longer on, the RP one where we got all those really bad roleplay stories from.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bunch of people from ages of 10 to 40 who it was just a disturbing echo chamber, I'm going to be honest, because we had a bunch of 40-year-olds role-playing with 10-year-olds, and he was telling me about how one of the reasons why he left is because the mods wouldn't do anything about this one so-called 38-year-old who would only role-play with people under 13.
I would ban someone just on principle.
Flag.
Yeah.
That's something you ban a person on principle because of that.
Yeah, well, the rest of the mods were apparently just as corrupt and abusive, so no surprises there.
Fair enough.
But that's the places they grew up in, because back in our day,
I will say I reserve the right to be disappointed in mankind.
Oh, absolutely. But back in our day, our generation formed attachments to movie, anime, series, books, whether it's books, video games, whatever. And yeah, we kind of were part of that community, just as a general smear, because we didn't have the ability as kids, and even as teenagers, honestly, to isolate ourselves into this is the specific, Raylo shipping community, If we like Star Wars, we just had to deal with everyone else who liked Star Wars, and that was our only way to talk to people.
The single best example I can give is quite literally Kingdom Hearts, right? You didn't get to pick who you interacted with in the Kingdom Hearts community, right? Sometimes you got sane, normal, real people, and sometimes you got Roxas and Axel shippers.
Yeah.
We don't talk about them. They don't exist.
Yeah, they do.
They exist.
They exist.
And we need to acknowledge that they're real so that we can dislike them.
I have to ask this. I never, my first interaction with broad social media was when I joined that one fanfiction server, Sneaky, you might remember him, Reese. That was kind of my first time getting into the internet community, because I kind of just kept to myself, offline, playing games and shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is, generally, our generation didn't really attach ourselves to like these like very insular communities, as far as I could tell. I mean, yeah, generally, yeah, this is the guild I interacted with, and we talked on Skype afterwards, or Ventrilo, but like,
Good God, Ventrilo.
Yeah, right. I'm about to fucking age some people here. Or like I had a guild, air quotes, for Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, that I was in, and we played Medal of Honor, Allied Assault with each other, but it was less like this is the only group I'm going to interact with, and it was more like oh hey, I got some free time, let's see who's online and I'll play with them. And like that was the investment that pretty much everyone put into that. Now Zoomers are like, oh yeah, I'm part of the Raylo Tumblr community, Protestant division, Reformation of 1895, second verse community. It's like, okay, Jesus Christ, we're getting down to community levels of religion here.
Yeah, I don't. You're correct, and that is one of the things, right? Like, at least when I went to go play, insert video game here, right? Like, you just kind of took whatever was that, right?
Yeah.
Like, great example, right? You went to play Dota. Sometimes you got people playing Dota, and sometimes you got the guy playing the weird bootleg Russian version of Dota with a bunch of titty anime girls.
Yeah.
And boy, that was bad.
But I mean, to give a better example of shit like that, I had a coworker who had a son who was a Zoomer, and this dude was part of a Fortnite group, not FaZe Clan, but just some Fortnite group. And this dude,
okay. So he does not have to be purged.
Yeah, but this dude was being manipulated and basically abused by the moderators and some of the people of part of the clan, because they were friends with the moderators, and so they could get away with the abuse. And they were like fucking gaslighting him and being like, oh hey, if you quit the server group, you have to give us all your skins. That's part of the rules. Shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, shit like that. Like they were doing all sorts of shit to him, and because he was a kid and he liked Fortnite, and he didn't realize that you can go other places and talk about Fortnite with other people. He just like literally endured it for years.
Poor kid.
Because he just didn't know.
Yeah. He didn't realize that there was something besides a singular insular community, and that you could actually leave a community. Like, he didn't realize that there was a way to do things other than just living in this small insular community of 30 people. And so, yeah. Anyway, point being, this is why Zoomers suck at telling stories. This is why Zoomers are fucking illiterate. They have zero creativity, and the social media they consume is literally made for goldfish.
I do want to take a moment to blame, and I can't believe I'm going to say it, to blame schools for some of the absolute hatred of reading, because they will make people read the dumbest, most boring shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? And, like, I want to be clear. This has nothing to do with, like, woke, because I got news for you. I went to a private Christian school,
it's been a very long
and
time.
It was the same problem.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the Yellow Fever book. Did they make you read the Yellow Fever book?
No, what the hell was that?
What the fuck is Yellow Fever?
So Yellow Fever was the book about during the summertime when the Spanish flu hit the U.S. and was, burning its way through the U.S. population with all the soldiers that were coming back. And it was from the perspective of this black nurse in, I think, Georgia or something. and about the trial she had to go through to keep taking care of this massive amount of people that were suffering from the Spanish flu.
That sounds like something that would have been summer reading for, like, my honors course in high school, maybe.
Yeah.
5th grade.
What?
What do you mean 5th grade?
5th grade. I was the only one that read the book.
I was reading at a college level in like 5th and 6th grade, but like.
Okay, but Max, we're far and away the outliers.
Yeah,
is that yellow fever?
Yeah,
is
as
it
I
like
was
fever
saying, like
1793?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I'm finding book wise.
That's ridiculous to make a 5th grader read. Like, bro.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with your school system?
I mean, look, man, I don't know, man. They fucking... So, my parents came to my school system and said, look, he's not disabled. We have a doctor's report. We have a fucking IQ test delivered by Mensa. He's really fucking smart. He's not disabled. He reads very fast.
He's just an asshole.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's because my school thought I was disabled and I was stupid and retarded. Literally. I mean the literal medical retardation. Because I didn't like interacting with my peers. I didn't talk to people, ever. And I was always sleeping or not paying attention in class. And it's not because I wasn't paying attention in class. It's because I already understood the lesson in like the first 3 minutes. Could already do it by the time like 4 minutes came around, and I just was not interested in the class anymore because they spent the next 45 minutes of the class going over the lesson again and again and again for everyone else, and so it just wasn't interesting.
Surely, like, because I know you, like,
they put me in the retard.
But like, surely high scores on homework should have made them go,
Nope, they didn't fucking care. They thought I was retarded, and so they labeled me as retarded, and they put me in the retard class, and we had to fight tooth and nail to take me out of the retard class. And so they still had an aide walking around with me, and it was fucking super embarrassing. I'm gonna be real with you.
Understandably.
And like, and it was just like this lady just followed me around, and she's like, "Oh, your handwriting's still bad. Here, let me help you." And it's just like, yeah, my handwriting's bad because I literally have damage in my nerves, and so my hand shakes. And that's just
see, clearly you're just retarded.
Yeah.
Also,
it sounds like your aide may have been a bit incompetent at their job.
No, she was genuinely sweet, and she genuinely tried hard with all the retard kids. She just didn't know how to handle someone who was put in the retard group who wasn't retarded.
That's what I mean. She should have been able to be like, this kid's not disabled. Why did you stick him with me?
Well, no. There's a very limited amount of pull that teachers can do with that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I use myself as a great example because, well, I didn't have anything happen to me near the level of Sneaky, right? But like, I went into high school, and I didn't try it all. It was the middle of summer. It was the air conditioning broke. I was hot. I was tired. I wanted to get the hell out of there.
Right.
And the last thing I was on the math placement portion of the exam. I have never liked math. So I was just like, well, I did fine on all the rest of it, right? Because I didn't realize that it was a placement exam, not an entrance exam, right?
Right.
So I just went, well, I know myself. I definitely did good on all the other parts, so I'm just gonna bubble, right? It was random, it was multiple choice, so I'm just gonna randomly bubble stuff in, and I'll get at least 50% of it.
Just
so there's no way I'll fail.
C.
Yeah, right? I'm bound to get some of this stuff right eventually.
And my sociology teacher in high school actually genuinely would pull fucking shit like that on the students, where he would make every answer D. And then...
those people are evil.
My math teacher did that once with all C.
But he did that all the fucking time. Like some tests would be the answer would be A B C D, A B C D, A B C D, or A C C C B B B.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, he's a sociology teacher.
That does not stop. That does not discount him from being an evil subhuman.
Well, I mean, he is a sociology teacher.
I know what I said.
I know.
But yeah. Anyway, so what happened to me was I ended up in I ended up in retard algebra.
Yeah.
There were 6 people in the class counting me.
Yeah.
And it was literally, okay, we're going to take the entire year to do algebra 1.
I beg your fucking pardon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna take the entire year to do the first half of algebra 1.
No, I mean, like, I was the kid that would take the back in the days of No Child Left Behind, and they made us do the state testing. I was the kid that would finish the state testing like an hour early, and I would get like an 80 to 90 on it. And then I'd just spend the next hour fucking spinning in the swivel chair they gave me. And they thought I was retarded. And it's just like, well, yeah, well, the library did.
Oh, we got stuck with stupid desks that were attached to the chairs.
Yeah, those were fun.
Oh, yeah, no, that was pretty much every single room everywhere else, forever. But yeah, the library had swivel chairs. But yeah, no, like I took the test and I would just fucking spin. And they thought I was retarded. And it's like, no, I'm not retarded, I'm just smart.
How about you look at the test, jackasses?
Yeah. No, it didn't matter. It didn't matter no matter how many times I got fucking A's in classes. They're like, oh, yeah, but he sleeps. It's like, yes, he's sleeping because he already finished the homework before you even assigned it.
Yeah. But anyway, right, to Sneaky's point of the teacher couldn't do anything, sorry.
Yeah.
Right, I very quickly realized that I did not need to be in that class. And I went to my teacher and I'm like, hey, so I really don't need to be here. She's like, yeah, you don't. I'm like, well, can I do anything about it? She's like, no.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't.
Yeah, schools are just the fucking upper administration of schools, no matter where you go, they're all just the worst.
Now, bless her. Bless her, what she did do was agree. Now, obviously, I had to pay her. Right, my parents were like, yeah, you're going to pay for this because, you know, it was your screw up. But I was able to pay to get tutoring over the summer to not do that anymore, right? I just took the second half of algebra over the summer and got to go back to regular classes.
Yeah. They fucking took tooth and nail to get me out of the retard classes and put me in the normal classes, and took me moving schools to take me out of that shit. So they were like,
Jesus.
I gotta know, guys. How is it that the Suthner here, in the Southern public education system, had far better upper administration than the Yanks did? One in a private school. No less.
Why are you confused by that? I mean, dude, the
Well,
fucking...
I do want to... Okay.
Well, dude, look, Yankees are famous for 2 things. Winning the Civil War and being corrupt.
A, he's not wrong. But B, I do want to say the bureaucracy was bad. I want to be very clear. The bureaucracy was bad. At least at my school, the upper administrators were chill as hell.
Yeah, like, but yes, they in the school they were, but the paperwork had to leave the school.
They're still part of the bureaucracy, though. In a private school, it's even more insular. Like, my school, there's at least 2 tiers in a public education system. There's your school, and then there's the board above them.
That still exists in
that exists up here.
Private education. They're still they still have to meet guidelines and stuff as established by the Illinois Board of Education. But
yeah, I mean, I would also.
What is the point of being a? I'm not. You know what?
No.
I'm gonna be pissed off by it.
Yeah. The point of being obstinate and overly bureaucratic, the point of it, Max, is because they don't want to move any student outside of a class, even if they test outside of that class, without great amounts of effort, because on the off chance that that student tests into the new class and then actually starts failing in that class, the school loses funding. And so in pursuit of more funding, they put students in easier and easier classes solely to make sure that the student can't possibly fail them.
No, I know. That's why we got to the point where there are schools, several schools, where
Yeah.
the policy of you are not allowed to give a student an F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Which
if they
I
actually
think
deserve
the
it.
second
You
a school
can't fail
implements that
students now.
policy.
Oh, it gets even better. My school actually got rid of Fs and gave everyone Es. Because no one's a failure.
It's the same thing as an F. We just...
Yeah. But F means failure, and you didn't fail. You just didn't try.
Well, then why not an L for lazy?
Because then they would have to say, hold this L, and you don't want people to say that.
I think higher thinking was a little bit beyond them, Atin.
That too.
I don't know, maybe. Disappointing in the extreme.
Yes.
But what I will say is...
Speaking of disappointing in the extreme, let's talk about Bleach fanfiction.
No.
I was waiting for a good segue. Let's see, we got here, boys. Quiet Reverence, the Quincy Blood War, known as the Great War. Everyone knows as the most devastating conflict to occur in millennia. I would beg to differ. I would say World War II was probably that one. Pretty sure more Quincy didn't die than the casualties of World War II.
I would say the thing where we dropped nuclear bombs was in fact more devastating than a couple of weird LARPers with glowing bows getting killed.
I would say the time that we gave some American skincare to the city of Tokyo was a bit more intense than the time a bunch of LARPers got killed.
The first Quincy was a really dedicated LARPer, changed my mind.
Yes. Nearly 8 years. Only 8 years. Really. Bloodiest war ever. Only 8 years of bloodshed. Oh boy, I got some news for you. Have you ever heard of the 100-year war?
I would like to direct you to the 100 Years War.
the multiple 100-year wars.
The 30 Years War, the 7 Years War, the 40 Years War.
Did you ever hear about the HRE?
It was fun.
Has anyone ever mentioned to you Flanders Fields?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yes,
yeah.
I now have depression.
20 years after the war's end, after Ichigo ended it, a nameless Shinigami uncovers a box containing journals and records
Sneaky.
of the war.
The Quincy started it. Ichigo ended it.
Indeed. Documenting it in a way that demands quiet reverence. So, the author of this story looked at Bleach and said, what if they had a World War I and Ichigo, massive AU, ended World War I, and then 20 years later, someone found a bunch of journals talking about World War I, and that's what this story is. Isn't that riveting, guys? Isn't that what you came to the Bleach section for?
No, somehow it isn't.
Huh.
It really isn't.
That's weird.
What I did come to see was Ichigo getting a Keyblade.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, I bet that shit exists.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
You want it? Alright, let's go get it.
You know what? Instead of that, why don't we just fucking read the worst fanfiction of all time?
Oh,
Yeah,
91 Kingdom Hearts stories. Damn.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised by that at all. Actually, you know what? That's low. I'm surprised there's not more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll be honest, that number seems kind of low.
Sword of Fate. After losing everyone in his life, Ichigo Kurosaki heart was consumed by darkness, split into two, being White Heartless Hollow, number 17, Sword Fate, Zorak Nobody, Ichigo Harem.
So the reason why there's so few is because he looked up Bleach and Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
That was the point.
Yeah.
No, I'm not surprised there's so few of these. Honestly.
What?
But that's what we were literally just talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you were just talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Nose has lost his mind.
No.
Yeah, Nose is fucking having a seizure over here.
I think Nose just zoned out when we swapped to crossovers and only heard Kingdom Hearts.
Probably. Rogue crew.
Listen, all it took was the mention of his boy Sora to become distracted by the clap of the Keyblade.
Yep.
Shut the fuck
Rogue crew. Worlds have been disappearing from left to the right, and no one knows why.
Wait. What?
Have you looked up and down?
Wait a second.
There might be some clues on this matter.
Well,
In
on
a
the bright
world where
side-
Hollows and Soul Reapers exist.
Yeah, from left to right. On the upside, you know the direction it's going. so
Yeah.
you could
Just
Get
go to
ahead
the
of it
rightmost
and
world,
beat
I
it.
guess. Yeah.
go to the rightmost world and start backtracking.
A team
You'll
is
find
sent
it.
to find the answers, but they find is new enemy. Fanfiction also has Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist, and Soul Eater. Warning: this fanfiction rate violence.
This
Okay.
fanfiction
I'm
rate
sorry,
violence.
what?
Sure.
The fanfiction has chosen violence,
The
gentlemen.
fanfiction has chosen violence.
The only one left will come up on.
What?
What?
I was gonna do the joke of the only thing they know for real is violence, but fine.
What?
What?
No, Nose, do you need a hug,
No, so you
You
alright?
laugh.
buddy?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
ask
alright
this
there, buddy?
gently.
I-
How many have you had?
Hold up my fingers. Can you see them?
I've had a very rough day.
That's
Don't
why
say.
I asked.
Yeah.
I need you to do me a favor. How many?
I need you to switch your brain from ad hoc to bridged.
All right, A, that's kind of funny. B, but I am seriously asking, how many Nose?
I have to count.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Nose?
Kingdom Shinigami Dream Drop Distance by Elemental Seal. Whole once again, Toshirino joins Sora Riku in taking part of Mark of Mastery exam to gain skills they need to face Zihan Nort.
Well, at least I don't have as much fucking stroke power as this author.
In the sleeping
Nose,
worlds,
answer the question, how many?
I'm not answering that question.
in the sleeping world, they will face new species of creature to fight dark plot unfolding. Toshirino, become plagued by phantom of his past life, reveals his memories he gained in the Grand Line may not be what he thought. What?
Hold on a minute. Hold
What?
the fuck on.
That just came out of fucking nowhere. Dude, that was just a
Flashbang
sucker
out.
punch.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's a fucking flashbang.
I've been flashbanged with offensive words.
Fucking, that's like a turn the corner, get clothes hanged.
Clothes hanged?
Yes.
You mean lined?
What?
What?
Clotheslined.
Fuck it. Heart of Souls! Two souls!
Listen, I'm confident that I'm in the right here. Max was on my side.
Two souls are ripped from their own world and learn of the destiny that has folded.
What?
The destiny that's folded, I.
They learn of the ways of key bears.
What is this? Some
What's the-
furry
what's the-
thing?
Wait. A key. I'm sorry. I want to see a grizzly comboing with a keyblade on Xehanort now.
Just
I know.
imagine
See,
Winnie
I
the
was
Pooh.
imagining some kind of terrifying key bear hybrid, like an owl bear, but keys.
I'm sorry.
No, No,
my
I
brain-
just want a grizzly comboing on Xehanort now. I need this mod.
No, my brain just did Chainsaw Man, but it's a bear with keys.
It's a pretty good one too, actually.
It's just each arm is a key. Its head is a bigger key.
What have you fucking done?
There will be blood.
I love how when I tried searching just to see if someone else had the joke, I see this.
Oh, good. Key bears, yes. They learned the way of the key bears,
It's not good enough though, but it is.
I know.
but also of the darkness that threatens to poison the worlds and their own
No,
minds.
Sneaky. You gotta say it correctly. darkness.
No,
that threatens to poison the world.
it's slow lowercase. Just
Oh, well,
normal
then they're
darkness.
wrong.
Yeah, just normal darkness.
They're wrong.
The
Strange.
average. Yeah. Ichigo and his friends Ruki and Yuki must work together with Sora if they want to protect what is important or lose it all. OC fanfic.
I just want to say, this is not the darkness spell cast by some piddly ass drow. This is your uppercase doom and darkness.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I'm mad at the author.
Yeah, let's see. I wanna get a good picture of like a grizzly bear in a good position. Oh, no, that one's got some minor grizzly bears on. I need like a grizzly bear.
We need like a grizzly bear on its back legs.
Yeah, back legs, grizzly bear. Wait, what's the best art generating AI?
Try Midjourney?
Alright, let's try Midjourney. Okay. Get started.
Oh no.
It's gonna go bad.
I don't want to. I just want to log in.
I will say the one large benefit
No, we
of
can't
doing...
We have to add Midjourney into a Discord server to use it now.
Oh, what the fuck?
No, that's dumb.
Well, I mean, I guess we can just add Midjourney to our Discord server.
No.
Why in God's name would I give AI any access to a server I'm on?
AI art, yeah.
It could be hilarious.
AI art generator. What the fuck? Good in there. Hot pot AI. I mean, look, that looks to be doing something. Okay. What should the AI draw? Grizzly bear dual wielding keyblades from Kingdom Hearts like Chainsaw Man.
No, see that's not gonna work. Like,
no, that's what you think. That's what you think.
I don't think it's gonna spit out the correct prompt. I think putting Chainsaw Man in there is gonna get it a little too weird.
Nope. Keyblades, make sure everything's spelled correctly. Kingdom Hearts, like Chainsaw Man, capitalized everything. All right, we're gonna hit the generate button now, gentlemen.
Oh boy.
I will say the one benefit of this is you don't accidentally risk seeing Grizzly Bear Dong.
Yeah, like Baldur's Gate 3.
You don't know how this AI has been trained. Let's.
Okay, the vast majority of AIs that you can Google are going to return safe for work results. I only know of one AI that will allow you to return not safe for work results.
Okay, it's processing. Holy shit, gentlemen.
They're not Keyblades, but that's pretty good.
They're not Keyblades, but goddamn.
Yep. That.
I don't like how his left arm is going Popeye and his right arm is like properly proportioned though.
Listen, AI art has real trouble with arms, hands, fingers.
Okay, hang on a second. All right, left arm is a wrist-mounted blade, by the way.
I'm aware.
That's the thing. Like, it didn't give us Chainsaw Man, but I think my druid has a new bear form. Sneaky.
The druid.
Sneaky. Save that.
Okay.
You know what that is? The druid casts wild shape on the rogue.
Yeah. All right. Well, here you go, guys. I'll just drop that here, and it'll probably be.
Oh my god! So many fingers.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, listen,
that's a lot of fucking fingers, goddamn!
Listen, I can tell you from when my company held an event and we were generating t-shirts for people with AI art. We got some great results, actually.
You know what? I'm gonna say his name is...
Fingers McStabbin?
No, I'm gonna say his name is... He's a good old boy, and he is a Buck McTucker. He is Buck McTucker. He's a good old boy from Alabama.
I like to imagine this guy crack his knuckles and go "Grrr" as he just gets all.
Mama was a bear.
Lord, He cracks his knuckles and it sounds like a cherry bomb.
Yeah. Mama
That or an entire
got into some weird situations, you know. I mean, it's not even like he's hairy. Like, his arms are just normal human-ish arms that are just really fucking thick. Like, he's got like a werewolf bottom, a bear head. Oh, one of those eyes is larger than the. Oh god, he's got like cleft face.
Listen,
oh god.
The longer you look at AI art, the more you're going right. And this is actually a legitimate point that people have as to why AI art is currently never going to replace real artists. Because while it can still shit out results like this with the multi-fingered monstrosity.
Well, let's remove like Chainsaw Man. Let's just dual wielding keyblades.
This should get us something.
Are we sure we're ready for this?
I don't know.
As a species.
Fuck no, we're not.
Oh, okay. It's gonna give us the same shit again. All right, but it's actually
okay. No, it's
better.
It's a different sword. It's a different sword.
Yeah, it's better now though.
Yeah, like I said, adding Chainsaw Man and there's definitely gonna fuck it up.
What if you do generate again? Will it get us something slightly different again?
Probably, yeah.
Presumably the same prompt will get us different things.
It will return a slightly different result. Okay, dependent on the kind of AI, it will return a slightly different result. It may not be as different as you're hoping for.
Let's see. Because otherwise, I'll just have to resort to, yeah, okay.
Did it do the same one again?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay. Try putting angry at the start.
Raging.
Oh, there we go. That's a good one. That's a good word. If it gets us the same fucking guy, I'm gonna be upset.
Look, I just want a shit post bot. Okay. Oh, he's a tiger bear. Oh shit.
What? Okay, it is the same guy again.
Oh, the fingers have increased.
Actually,
the number of fingers of
is his hand reversed?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a tiger bear and his head is reversed. I mean, look, hey man,
this is the worst one so far.
He has two left hands.
Look, man, Bucky McTucker, he didn't turn out as good as his brothers, okay?
He was the third generation from Meemaw and Pawpaw.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll just have to find a upright, roaring grizzly bear. And we'll just have to make this image. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right. Let's see. That one's. We're getting closer with that one. I need a good one. Maybe this one. I got the Getty's image thing in there. Lame.
Yeah, I didn't have much looking for them. All stock photos and whatnot.
I mean, we're looking for arms raised, and it looks like they don't roar with their arms raised up, unfortunately. Alas. Possibly this masterpiece will never be created now. Disappointing. The Key Bear will forever remain silent. Kingdom Hearts: The Winter War. After using Power of Waking to find Kari, Sora awakens mysterious land of Hueco Mundo with no memories of his past life. Again. Lost and confused, Sora joins forces with the Soul Reapers, Aizen, and his Arrancar army.
What?
However, there is more truth to his lost memories than what he believes. What? What?
Author, nothing you said makes any sense.
Kingdom Savior. In a world ruled by contradiction and hatred, a group of warriors must face against tyranny. These heroes have to face the unleashed wrath of the past, present, and future in order to end the madness. I am now working on a prelude to this story from a different crossover between Bleach and Diablo? What?
Hang on, I kind of want to see that.
What?
Do you really?
Yes, because at this point, anything that ruins Diablo gets points in my book.
Oh, so speaking of which, did you play Diablo 2, Adam?
Diablo 2? Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Okay, so the devs for Diablo 4 were caught boasting that Diablo 4 is their darkest Diablo game yet.
Oh, I saw a review pointing that out.
Yeah.
Diablo 2 is pretty fucking dark.
Hardcore, yeah.
I'm not saying you can't go darker than Diablo 2. You definitely can go darker than Diablo 2, but it's not like Diablo 2 is some milquetoast shit here.
Yeah, and it's not like Diablo. I mean, Diablo 4 is fucking milquetoast shit.
Diablo
let's be
3
real.
was pretty milquetoast.
Yeah, I mean, Diablo 4 was also pretty fucking milquetoast.
Was it at least less milquetoast than 3?
No, not really. The game's campaign ends with you defeating Lilith, and Lilith in a cutscene then goes, "I hope you're happy. My defeat is not really a victory, because it's going to cost you more than you realize." And then she dies.
And it costs us nothing. Cool. Good to know.
Yeah, listen, even if it costs me a lot, killing you is a pretty fucking good thing, Lilith.
But yeah,
also, I want to point out, I really do want to point out, you think the denizens of hell would have figured it out by now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. They also did a Fallout style ending for Diablo 4, where they just pan past some scenes from the world map, and they like have an overhead narrator being like, "And this character went on to be very successful and happy, and this character went on to die, and this character did this thing, and
okay,
this
here's the
character
problem
did
with
this thing."
copying the Fallout ending. If you're going to do that, you have to have given me a reason to be invested in either the world or the outcome.
From what I've been hearing, is not fucking happening in that game. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good.
Because here's the problem, right? Okay? Fallout 3, there was a decent number of people for you to care about. Some events and outcomes that you might feel bad about. And Fallout New Vegas did a way better job of making you care about what was happening in the wasteland.
Yeah.
Right? I remember when I finished Fallout New Vegas, I'd completely missed the vault with the extra powder gangers.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Vault 8
and
or whatever.
I'd made it a point to clear out the NCR correctional facility because I was like, fuck this.
Fuck that place, yeah.
Fuck this, fuck you for mining the road. I'll end all of you. And I'll do it gleefully, and I'll do it from outside the building with a sniper rifle, laughing as you sprint around this courtyard.
I'll do it with an Archimedes laser beam.
I mean, that's also a good option. But yeah, right? And then I finish the quest, and I find out that there was an entire batch of them hanging out in a vault, and that they would continue to raid for years, fucking shit up. I was like, wait, what? No, where the hell was that?
Yeah.
I didn't actually complete Cass's quest. Like, it's like, yeah, Cassidy just kind of wandered off into the wasteland and killed herself. She what?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, she was broken by the loss of her caravan. She didn't get justice, and the courier, she caught the courier banging someone else, so she just kind of gave up.
Yep. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts: The Winter War. After you, yeah, we're just flipping that. Kingdom Survivor.
I'm trying everything I can to distract him, guys.
The Hallowed Heart. He
You're
never
trying.
regained his powers, nor did he
And that's what
ever
matters.
encounter the Fullbringers. And then one day, Ichigo fell asleep while watching TV and woke up inside of Undertale, inside the world of Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Cringe.
What?
Yeah. It's a mass crossover where Ichigo plays a bunch of games that aren't related to Kingdom Hearts, using Kingdom Hearts as an excuse.
Burn in hell.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say.
Perish in the eternal fire, which I will gleefully provide.
The pain that binds us. Ichigo, modern AU, no powers, soulmate AU. Everyone in the world can feel their soulmate's pain, and Orihime was born with a numb heart, which means that she has to fuck Ukiura.
Author. Face the wall.
This is a K+ romance angst story.
Author.
Yes. Just what I come to the bleach section for.
Yes,
Author?
this is what you come to
Author,
the bleach section
You
for,
have
right?
tainted the cinnamon roll. You shall perish.
I'm putting this in the shit wreck section.
Pinging Crow again.
You know, Sneaky, you ping people with torture and then you wonder why they don't want to talk to you.
No, I know exactly why they don't want to talk to me.
Sneaky is aware of that. He doesn't
That's
pretend.
not gonna stop me. Bleach taken care of. Taken care off? Okay. Occurs straight episode 6 in the anime. Ichigo taking care of Rukia wounds she sustained from Hollow they were fighting earlier that day. She is weak and can't use her Kido. Rukia notices Ichigo is good guy, and so they have sex. Rated M for sex.
Okay, if you were to frame it as an act of defiance against her brother, right? Like, you know what? This guy doesn't seem so bad, and it will drive my brother insane that I had sex with some human.
Yes, maybe.
That I could buy. Because
Who the fuck are any of those
Rukia
characters?
was surprisingly rebellious.
Oh boy, here we go. The Caged Wolf by female author. Kumiko Satsuki, beautiful Shinigami, returns to Soul Society after mission gone wrong, trying to rebuild her life, friendships, and romances. But will her past catch up to her? And why is she so strong now? Please note, I am aware Kisisuki's name is spelt wrong in this fic. I don't feel like changing it. Stop telling me.
You have the Control F.
No, but Control F is hard.
This is a harem story featuring Urahara, Shansui, and OC.
How many Gen Z fanfic writers do you think know about the replacement function in most?
None of them.
Documents?
Max, from doing this, I am actually near certain a lot of them don't even know what a spell checker is.
Yeah, you're probably right on that.
They either don't know what a spell checker is, or just get uppity and think it's a style.
Yeah, that too. Hot Spring Fiasco.
I will say, the only hope I have is that colleges made like computer literacy classes mandatory. I want to give credit at least to my local community college for making that an actually useful course. Like teaching you the useful Excel shortcuts, teaching you the useful keyboard commands. I already knew them and didn't need them, but
you're
like,
appreciative that they exist.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
wow.
I am genuinely appreciative that it exists, right? Because like if I told someone like my father to go take that class, right? That would actually be useful for him.
Oh, wow. This story doesn't even try.
Oh dear.
A romance drama story called Stay With Me. It's Ichigo times Rukia. Everyone will be out of character. This is a massive modern AU, no powers. Ichigo and Rukia are engaged at birth. Yes.
Already off to a weird start.
Yep. So we're gonna move on. What the fuck? Crushes. Crushes is a Byarukia. That's creepy.
I'm sorry. It what with Rukia?
Byakuya times Rukia story.
Oh, that is.
Warning: children should not read this story. There will be sex, dark emotions, and mature themes. This will explore many pairings, such as Rukia times Renji, Byakuya, Ichigo, Grimjaw, and many others. The story theme song is Backstreet Boys.
Thou hast committed grave crimes
Why?
against both decency and humanity.
But why? You create this villain after Fated Battle of Katakura Town.
Katakana Town?
Yeah. Bro, seriously? In Eyes 1.
Wait. I don't know. What was the Fated battle?
It's a Fated battle.
It faded to
What
black.
does that? What does that? It just fades to black. And then
No. It's a battle of
No,
fade.
No,
don't you know?
see, it was the only battle that had
Hang
an
on.
audio engineer on staff.
It's a battle of fade, Max. Come on, don't you know what a fade is?
No, I think I'm with Or on this one. The fade to black because 4 kids.
It's an actual Austin Bleach too.
No,
No, you know what?
I'm making a haircut joke.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
All it is.
Yeah.
Is a battle taking place in the worst section of Dragon Age Origins, the Fade.
Of course. The Faded Battle of Katakura Town.
Oh, man,
they didn't even try, yeah.
Oh no.
Ichigo is left powerless and hopeless against this new Soul King. His life become more and more gone, yet he find guiding light upon an old king. Okay. 500 words per chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if they can get their point across effectively in 500 words, power to them. But I don't think they can do that.
Sweet Sakura by female author. Byakuya ate a cheesecake and now fell in love with myself. Insert OC.
I don't know why, but he doesn't really strike me as a cheesecake kind of person.
No, he strikes me more as the kind of guy who would drink green tea and scoff at people that drink black tea because they're doing it wrong.
Hi. That seems about right.
Yeah. An education.
Do you think he's a coffee drinker sometimes?
No.
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 No?
No, he's too good for it. No.
You don't think he'd have an espresso shot every now and again?
No, he's too good for it.
The only time I could see him doing that is if Yorichi was pestering him too much.
The only time I can see...
You know what? I can see it being like 2 a.m. in the morning and he has to deal with somebody's bullshit.
No, you know what I see? I see him originally drinking espresso because Yorichi swaps his tea for espresso, and then he drinks the whole thing pretending like it's green tea just so he doesn't give Yorichi the satisfaction of giving a reaction to it.
But he then spends the entire day twitching.
Yeah, and then from then on, at night times when he has to get more work done, he drinks espresso.
But he still disguises it as green tea because fuck letting Yoruichi get satisfaction.
Exactly. Education. As punishment...
The power of spite.
Yes. As punishment in the AU Modern No Powers story for the attempted theft of a priceless piece of art, Hisana is required to complete her training at Shin-O Academy, where she must navigate the treacherous machinations of nobles while hiding her connection to Byakuya. Cringe.
Perish eternally.
Indeed. Bleach and Ambrosia. Ichigo's family is attacked by Hollow. Even with his spirit pressure unleashed, he dies in struggle before Rukia Kuchiki arrives to slay the Hollow. She sends his spirit to Soul Society, where he discovers a twisted dark world full of depravity. Eventually, overpowered Ichigo harem, Ichigo times Rukia, warning, lots of sex.
I'm not sure why I'm surprised at how horny the Bleach section is, but like I thought they might be like
No. Why would you think
I
that?
suppose.
Yeah, well, that was dumb of you.
A man is allowed to have hopes and dreams, Sneaky.
No, he's not.
No.
Not this day and age.
No. To undo it all, after the Blood War, nothing was left. Yuwatch was dead, but Ichigo failed to get strong enough to protect everyone. In desperation, Kisuke created a way for Ichigo to go back in time and save everyone.
Ichigo, you should know better than to fuck with time, boy.
A hurt comfort drama fic, 28 chapters, 209,000 words. 3,000 favorites and follows. Alright. Fine. How long are their arms? These descriptions aren't possible! Honestly, if you wait a bit, the anime is gonna reveal Shinji having his Bankai. If it's really good, you might not even have to give him a new sword form. This story is one of my favorites, and I cannot wait to read more chapters. It would appear that instead of Chad going to Ginjo's group, now this time it will be Orihime. I wonder if they will have same plot this time around, and plan to steal Ichigo powers again. Not that they can, because Ichigo has his full powers again, and not just his Fullbringer. Curious if Orihime is going to get cut with the Book of the End again as well, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see.
Do we have to? Can we just not engage with this at all? Can we just do that?
No.
Let's see what else we got
Is
here.
there something else we can torture ourselves with?
No. I mean, if you find something else, sure, but no.
I mean, you could read the worst fan fiction known to man, The End Times.
Rukia was a bitch in this chapter, and Ichigo definitely shouldn't put up with her. That brat needs correction.
Author?
Okay, so literally the first chapter is just dialogue. It is just there is nothing but dialogue. Okay. Second chapter, it's just dialogue. It is only dialogue. There is only dialogue occurring. Oh my god, it is only dialogue. Okay.
This is boy.
This is
got really weird.
Paragraphs of dialogue. Oh my fucking god. It's just dialogue.
Still going, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just took a look at the stream. Jesus.
3,000 favorites. So that's 3,000 people that need to line up against that wall. If anyone wants to read it.
No.
Why are people freaking out about the sex scene with a bear in Baldur's Gate? I thought the point was to do wacky shit like fuck dragons and stuff. I think it's just people being weird.
The bear sex or the people freaking out about it?
The people freaking out about it. It's not like it's not like they made the main quest have sex with bear. It's an optional romance.
How do we know it's not just a marketing scheme?
It's just a marketing scheme. Just a soul. Katsuki Haragi lives in peaceful, simple life like any other human does. However, the only thing that bothers her, of course it's a her, is seeing the faint, cloudy figures, something she never asked for. But when her simple, peaceful life begins to twist out of nowhere, she gets given the rare choice to pick up a sword and preserve it. She never thought her, of all people, would actually try. 50 chapters, 400,000 words, 300 favorites. Ooh. Ooh.
All right, author. Well,
that's rough there, buddy.
I am sorry to say, but you must approach the wall.
That is rough there, buddy.
I mean, I wish I could feel bad for you, author, but
All right, let's pick a random person. Let's pick a random person. You know what? Let's pick Blue Ink. Blue Ink. What kind of favorite? You got no fucking favorites. Damn, boy. All right, what are you kind of? Oh, you got no favorites either. How about you? What kind of favorites do you got? Okay, let's see what we got going on here. It's a bunch of fucking porn. I don't know why I'm not surprised. What about you, Beach Babe? You got nothing. Okay. What about you, Zero Chroma? Got favorite? Oh, you got favorites. Oh, you got about to cringe favorites. Okay, let's go. Ruby by Core. Oh no, a new Core story. Oh no.
When's the last time we? I think it's been a couple of years since I've read any of his stuff.
It's been about 5 years for me. Yeah, about 5 years. Damn. That's wild. So yeah, Eternal Crown. Salem won, defeated and captured. Ozma was driven to insanity, never to rise against her again. For thousands of years, Remnant has lived under the rule of the Eternal Queen, shaped to her whims. John Ark is a young man suffering from nightmares from a different AU. driven to fulfill a destiny that isn't his before his fractured mind of a broken man consumes him entirely. So it's another story where John gets memories from another version of John to go on and do non-John things. Okay. Sure. Yeah, why not? I don't know how you made 71 chapters and 300,000 words out of it, but okay, buddy. Raise. Oh, hey, I remember Raise. This was the one where John Ark was a necromancer. And he had we covered that. We actually read this one aloud on the stream. John Ark was John Ark was a necromancer, and the village he was in was going out to go kill some Grimm, and then like 20 people with spears all died to a single Beowulf, and then John brought them back in the forest.
Oh yeah. I remember the first time we started this, and I was like, "Listen, if we're gonna get John doing some like the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Lich stuff with poor what's her face's corpse, I'm okay for that."
Yeah, no.
Which, by the way, look, for as much shit as I'll give Owlcat Games, they have some of the best evil writing I've seen in a hot minute.
Yeah, that's fair.
Genuinely. Like, the Lich Path is exactly what you want it to be. Because the ultimate culmination of it is not you turning on everyone else, but everyone else turning on you, and you have the option as the Lich to be like, what is your fucking problem? I didn't kill anyone. I just stood people up when they died to win this fucking bullshit war against the demons.
What about the queen over there? Oh, she didn't matter.
No, really, you can play the entire game as a good Lich.
My favorite part is the playing as a monk with 20 strength, and then choosing the path of Paragon, where you flex the demon out of you.
Yes, that too is an excellent one. Unfortunately, the Paragon ending locks you out of the quote unquote true ending, which is becoming God.
Yeah.
Which, frankly, I'm disappointed, because I think that Arilu Vorlish and Walhart would have gotten along fabulously, because Arilu Vorlish wants to get rid of the gods, and Walhart also wants to get rid of the gods.
Total god death.
Indeed.
Literally, one of the man's crit quotes is "No gods, no masters."
Yeah, well, there you go.
What, does he want to run an underground city too?
Yeah.
No, he has an actual legitimate reason for objecting to gods being there, which is that man alone should decide the fate of man.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
You want to stand around and shout prophecies? Go fuck yourself.
To Shatter Fate by Spriggy13, a Bleach Ruby crossover. At the very end of the 1,000-year Blood War, a final spiteful Quincy spell is cast upon the precipice of defeat that opens up a rift between the worlds, a rift deeper than any Garganta. Ichigo Kurosaki is thrust into a new reality, one where the fate of the planet itself is violently contested. Alimony of the messiest divorce in eternity.
Wait, hang on, what? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
You just dropped something on us.
Yeah, I did.
Hang on a minute, author. That actually sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. The path has now closed. Ichigo, the path to a world without fear. The world of the living. Soul Society, Hueco Mundo. They belong together as one. They should have been brought together, so that life and death may mingle as one, but now that path exists no longer. You watch his 6 pupils. Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, I see. You watch has gone biblical.
Yeah, you watch his 6 pupils.
Well, yeah, no, he did though. Like,
Yeah, I know.
That was the thing.
Yeah. Focused as he leaned forth and spoke directly into his ear. The fate is all thanks to you, Ichigo. The shadow of Yawach's Ryoku billowed like a great cloud of ink water. It was fitting, with the vast Ryatsu so dense on the battlefield the air itself was heavier than the pressure of the deep sea. How disappointing. Because of you, life and death will not lose their form. All living things will be fated to live and then die for all eternity. What?
That's a really pretty speech. Go away.
Ichigo looked down upon the god he had slain with brown eyes drawn tight in a resigned frown. It was a face of pity. You watch. The fear of death was your motivation for this war? Don't give me that crap. You doomed yourself to your own death by starting the war in the first place. 1,000 years of war, a genocide on both ends. For this, was it worth it? Aren't you immortal anyway? Ichigo's gaze upon the sky, towards where he knew the frozen royal palace resided with most of his closest friends within its walls light years away. The clouds had burst from their cataclysmic battle, and the sunbeams now shone down upon the ruins of Soul Society after days of overcast sky. The ground he stood on, The grounds he stood in were uneven, with ancient trees uprooted, and the land having been ripped apart by the final battle that had concluded mere minutes prior. The final battle to close 1,000 years of blood-based warfare. The surrounding buildings of the Serenity were jarred at random elevations, all facing directions they hadn't 10 days ago. 10 days that to the surviving members of the court guard squads felt like eons. Across the shattered stone square of the Sorrente, with the arm severed and a hole bigger than his head in his chest, shuffled Aizen. He was not smiling. Walking towards the Quincy Emperor's rapidly diffusing body, he sought to get his own point in before Yawach was dead, permanently this time. Sosuke, Aizen, Yawach rasped. Yawach, the world that you desired to create may indeed have been devoid of fear, the ex-captain began. But in a world without the fear of death, men could not face that fear and seek out hope. Certainly they couldn't keep walking forward on merely by living. But that would be very differently from walking onward whilst conquering their own fears. Stagnation is its own form of death, is it not? One far worse than the kind granted by Shinigami. Tell me, did you not use the fear of death to drive you to create the Lichtreich, the Wandreich? Are they successes not enough to prove the power of courage, to drive oneself forth in the face of fear, or even because of it?
Okay, can we just fucking take a minute? This is stupid.
Yeah.
The author is stupid.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a villain whose main motivation is a fear or hatred of death, you unironically need to go play Planescape Torment.
Yeah.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Planescape Torment. Like, unironically. That's a villain whose arc is both well done and successfully realized for fear of death, up to and including It's actually one of my favorite examples of using speech to kill a final boss.
Oh yeah,
because it is the single most reasonable version of that I have ever encountered in an RPG. Like, listen, the making someone kill themselves with speech options in Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, they're really bad.
Yeah.
The one in Fallout 3 is downright atrocious.
Yeah.
The one in New Vegas is because you don't kill him, you don't convince him to kill himself, you convince him to fuck off and give legitimate reasons for why he should, so fine. But the Planescape Torment one is quite literally fantastic because the entire thing is this dude's fear of death and how he doesn't want to be afraid of death and how he wants to free everyone from the tyranny of death. And your speech is, dude, your complaint is the arbitrariness of death. You're arbitrarily deciding to remove death from everyone.
Yeah.
You're right.
So yeah, anyway, they do all this monologuing at each other and they're decaying. Did you just come up with that on the spot? Oh yeah, I did. You pick up a talent for improvisation after centuries of method acting.
I'll be honest.
Undermining.
I'll be honest. I thought it was about to say centuries of a meth addiction.
You picked this thing up after centuries of taking meth.
Don't you mean method acting? I know what I said.
Of meth acting.
Hey, come on. I can absolutely see what's his face? Atin Clogs, man, having a massive meth problem.
Oh no, see, I love making fun of that guy Kasuke because he definitely does give off the I have free candy in my van, little child. Do you want some?
He doesn't have a meth addiction. He has a meth solution. I don't mean that he has a solution to the addiction. I mean he has a literal liquid solution of it that he pumps into his veins. It's
he just
problem.
He just vapes it. He just huffs it. He just he does all sorts of things besides not take it.
I have experimented with different methods of using methamphetamines. Why? Because after a while, the scars make it too hard to find anything.
Needles just get boring. It's like, wait, what?
Do you know how hard it is to find a vein under 7,000 pounds of scar tissue, kid?
Anyway, so, oh man, Aizen's so smug. You know, I wouldn't stand here now if I were you. We need to make sure he's dead, though. Uryu got knocked out, so if he revives again, we won't have that Silver Arrow to rely on. And so he was about to cut off the guy's neck. And Aizen was like, alright, fair enough.
His neck?
His neck. Ichigo.
How are you gonna cut off a neck,
Very carefully.
Yes. Ichigo, I must consult with you about taking up the Soul King seat. The Soul King seat? You mean that body in the crystal? Some kind of king that was. Yes, as you are my experiment. I cannot allow Squad Zero's contingency plan to come to fruition. Without a linchpin, the artificially separated spiritual planes will all collapse back together, and reality will return to normal reality. It will be as you watch start to do, even on a more chaotic level without him there to control it. Although there are alternatives.
I do have one question. Why is Aizen out?
Because he decided to stop pretending to be captured.
He stopped pretending to be retarded.
That's
canon, by the way. Yeah. Aizen was just pretending to be captured.
He was just pretending to be captured in the brand new spell designed explicitly by the most brilliant man in the entire Soul Society to capture him.
Stop thinking about it and appreciate the OC of the author. He's so cool, guys.
Yes. I must warn you, we transcendent beings are the only ones who can fill the seat. Aizen stilled and then frowned. His Ryatsu shifted and became more uniform. When he spoke next, it wasn't verbally or audibly. Aizen communicated his thoughts directly Ryatsu to Ryatsu transfer. Ah, yes, the legendary retard to retard communication.
Also known as Dota All-Stars chat.
We'll convene later. I insist you finish your watch off. He is dying, thanks to Still Silver, but he remains just barely lucid. It looks like he's pretending to be dead, in case you didn't realize he was pretending to be dead. And then, Ichigo did not spare a thought. He immediately tried to decapitate your watch with both hands. It was instantaneous, it was brutal, it was ruthless, it was necessary, but it was not enough. As the most powerful being in all the spiritual planes, being cut in half by a transcendent Bankai with the ability not even his eyes could discern, sped up his death, it did not kill your watch immediately. All 6 blood-red pupils of the Emperor of the Wandenreich focused upon Ichigo, and he spoke. You may have severed the thread of fate for this world at large. Oh, God fucking damn it. Morrowind, really? With the death of this character, the thread of fate has been severed. Reload your save or forever live in this doomed world.
You know what? I always appreciated them for having the balls to give you that. You killed the Emperor. That's allowed. Boy, did you fuck up when you did.
I also appreciate that they disable your ability to save after that.
Yes. You cannot permanently fuck yourself.
Well, it's not just that. It's also, it's cool in a game mechanic wise, because it's like, oh yeah, the reason why you could save is because this was the fated way it was supposed to go. And then you can't save anymore because the world is now broken free of the game mechanics. Because you've killed an important character who wasn't supposed to die.
You killed him. You fool.
Because, you know, the overarching, you know, Elder Scrolls lore about the wheel and, you know, everything.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I thought it was really cool that in Morrowind, when you killed an important character, I thought they really should have just kept that. I understand why the newer generations would have thought that was dumb, so I understand why they just made the characters immortal instead. But I really think they should have kept that, because I thought that was cool.
No, I agree. It was cool, but they didn't commit. You know, in Skyrim.
Of course, Skyrim has either.
Skyrim has its own problems.
Yeah.
And also, just to be clear, it should surprise absolutely no one that the Elder Scrolls is as meta as it is.
Well, it surprises Skyrim players.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, a lot of those Skyrim players went and played the Elder Scrolls Online and went, "What is this fucking coked out lore?" Oh, that's just the lore.
That's just the lore, yeah. It's too bad ESO was, like, unfortunately not fun. Like, there was a lot of shit that I liked about it, but then it was like, oh, I'm gonna try crafting now. It's like, oh, how do I craft? Steal shit until you can get enough iron. It's like, oh.
Is there another option? No.
Well, I mean, there was other options, and that was like running around the world looking for iron veins, but you got more iron from running through a city after all the items respawned to steal them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it got really easy when you were running a small guild with friends, and they would just give you stuff because you decided you wanted the person or the designated craftspeople.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you had an entire thieves gang.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine that. But then they went and locked some crafting stuff behind the PvP section, and not just like, oh, just do PvP for a week. No, do PvP dedicated for 3 months, and you might get a piece of armor.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really wanted that Akavi reset. I was told no.
Anyway, so black ink like Rishi soaked into reality around Ichigo and exploded outwards. You should be thankful. Through oblivion, I bequeath salvation from a fate worse than death, which the Shinigami had in store for you, all for their false order. Why do you think I gave my father a mercy killing? I will grant you peace. The page of reality stirred as ink began to swell and run for the last time in eternity, using the last of primordial Soul King's Ryatsu down to the last spiritual particle. The Almighty was activated. Begone Ichigo Kurosaki, my son, lost in the darkness, and Ichigo Kurosaki was gone. So he's falling through blackness and blah blah blah. Smoke. Wait. Yeah, okay. Ichigo disappeared. Your watch was doing a dead-on impression of his father, you know, being dead. Haha, I made a pun. Peoples were shaded. Blah, blah, blah. 20 blah. Blink of the eye. I better not be blamed for Ichigo dying. He's really writing Aizen fast and loose, so whatever. Shadows, Ichigo was falling through shadows, blah blah blah, falling, blah blah blah, falling. And
Blah, blah,
then
blah,
suddenly
darkness.
he wasn't falling through darkness anymore, and now he's falling through sky, and now he hit salt water at extreme temperatures. Cold temperatures. And so he jumped out of the water that was really, really cold.
Fast. Riveting. Except it's not.
You watched drained him. Instant regeneration wasn't working anymore. It was best to break out of the surface of the sea, wait for Orihime to restore him. Loath as he was to admit it, he also wanted to hear what Aizen had to say, namely his warning about Zero Squad's intentions. Even Yawachin taunted him for that one. Blah blah blah. Reishi was slower. He was signing his living world. He bent his knees. He started fucking jumping off the water. He's water running now. Saw an odd fish or two. He was hollowified. He's possibly thousands of miles from land. He gets attacked by a Grim. A giant squid with spiked, barbed tentacles of a Lovecraftian Leviathan. And he blasts it apart. What would surprise Ichigo was complete lack of presence. He couldn't sense it at all. Is this creature a god? No way! He could cut it so easily. There's no way it's a god. It was time to test if this creature was a god or not. If it could sense him to the point where it tried to attack him, then logically it would have to have some degree influence over the spiritual realm. He drew upon 3 months of straight underwater combat experience to minimize fluid displacement while getting to flex himself. Standing straight and tall with his sword held high towards the distant surface, Ichigo tilted his head down to the point that his fringe covered his eyes while his horns were level. He focused on every trace of Ryatsu from hundreds of miles around and held his left hand out while focusing on condensing the signals he was receiving. It was then that the tentacle struck. Out of the 5 tree-sized points, all plated with the same bone armor, 4 shattered on impact with his iron skin. The viscous gunk that oozed out of the cracks in the tips floated about. The 5th was caught by Ichigo's hand. It's undeniably similar to a Hollow's mask, but it's not identical. As he grasped it, the spirit ribbons emerged from all around his feet. His own was deep red and had a solid blue lining on its edge. Maybe that was because he was a Quincy's half. Glancing at the rest of the threads, Ichigo's hypothesis was confirmed when not a single thread went towards the direction of the creature. It doesn't have spiritual presence at all. Might as well get this over with, and he just kills it. Even as deep in the Twilight Zone he was, upon the white surface, cap tidal waves swelled and collapsed on themselves 1,000 meters above his attack. He wasn't going to use his Bankai to slash. He didn't want to cut the living world in half. He wasn't an idiot. For some reason, he saw a lot of Fullbringer ribbons everywhere. He was going to follow them and see what was going on. Okay, so the author is just slapdashing Bleach lore into Ruby. By saying that somehow everyone who has a semblance has a Fullbringer. Not sure how that fucking works.
What?
Yeah. I don't know, man. So he finally exits the water. And then he flared his spiritual pressure, instantly steaming the water off him, which left all of the salt crusted onto him. Yeah, fair. So blah blah blah. So west blah blah blah. Maybe this was an east or west branch of Soul Society. Okay, it's cringy. Yeah, whatever. Oh wow, Ichigo's having this whole dramatic moment where he thinks about all of the retcons the author did to the lore, and then it goes, oh my god, why did all of these retcons not apply to the original lore? As in, we were fighting for the survival of reality. Why did we get no help from all of these Soul Society outposts that were supposedly filled with super strong people? Which, yeah, when you retcon lore like that, does sound kind of fucking dumb. If the pre-retcon, the last battle everyone fought in was for the fate of reality itself, and then you're like, oh yeah, by the way, there was a bunch of super strong people everywhere else in the world, and they just didn't help out.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, reality itself would have died.
So listen, I know reality's in danger, but I've got coffee at 5.
But you're having a canon moment right now, and I can't interrupt.
Oh. That is the only part of that entire movie that I just hated. Everything else is great.
In fact, weren't the Quincy's originally Germanic? Not to mention all that German stuff with Stoffel and Wonderweiven. Fuck those Western guys. They might be shit after all. They're fucking useless. I'll go kill them all.
What?
First things
I'm
first,
sorry?
though, he has to get back to Soul Society. And he tensed his calves and jumped into the sky.
No, hang on a second. Since when did Ichigo become a murder hobo author?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I will worry about that. Wait a bit.
So anyway, Ichigo lands on this convenient cliff that just conveniently had this spirit next to this, grave on this cliff that was a white cloak with a red underline. Just conveniently right there. That's right. Ichigo meets Summer Rose.
Can we be done for the night?
No.
Across the Spider-Verse wasn't a good movie. Yeah.
I'm gonna disagree.
I too disagree.
No, I actually agree with that one. It wasn't a good movie. I watched it for free because someone posted it on Twitter. I don't know. I think the whole to be continued thing at the end.
I did not like that.
Look, I feel the movie felt more like someone took a bunch of separate episodes and mashed them all together into like a, what was it, 2 hour, 1.5 hour long film? It was like 1.5 hours, right? Yeah, it was like 90 minutes. They mashed it into a 90-minute film, and that's what it felt like. It didn't feel like a movie with like a connected plot. It felt like someone took like a 3-episode special off of Cartoon Network for Spider-Man and turned it into a movie and tried to sell it as one. Except the 3-episode special was just 3 separate episodes that they just happened to run in a row. Yeah, artistically, it was great. I loved the art. The story and narrative and some of the shit they came up with, like the canon moment thing, and I just didn't like. I don't know why they race swapped that one character too.
Which character?
The pregnant Spider-Woman.
Oh, Jessica Drew.
Yeah, they race swapped her, and it's just like, why the fuck did you race swap her? Like, what's the point of that? Like, I know you already race swapped Spider-Man. Why did you have to race swap more Spider-Man?
That, no offense, that's a pretty disingenuous take on Miles Morales.
No, I think it's pretty accurate.
No,
that's
no.
really disingenuous.
Really fucking disingenuous.
He's token Black Spider-Man. And I can prove that by how the creators of Miles Morales treat Miles Morales in the comic books. They literally just make him everything. He's token Black Thor. He's token Black Wolverine. He's token Black this. He's token Black that now.
The original creator of Miles Morales, to the best of my knowledge, is not involved with all of the alternate stuff. What if he was Thor? What if he was Loki? What if he was Wolverine?
Oh, man, like I said, I don't.
Like, you got to remember, it is unfortunately ultimately at the end of the day a character owned by a corporation.
I'm aware, but that's also sort of my point. You're doing this fucking multiverse shit, and that's fine. If you want to have Black Spider-Man multiverse shit, yeah, fine, whatever. Why race swap a character when you're doing this massive Spider-Man multiverse crossover shit? Just make a different Spider-Man. Like why? Like, no, I'm not talking about Miles anymore. I'm talking about the white woman that got race swapped into the black woman Spider-Man. Like, why? Just make a black woman Spider-Man. Why race swap an already existing character when you're doing a mass crossover movie? It makes no fucking sense. I'm not, there's a reason why I haven't gone and actually paid for a Marvel movie in over a decade now. It's just, their movies have continuously downgraded in quality, and I'm not talking about artistic. I'm not talking about fight choreography. I'm talking about stories and the characters in them. They're making really stupid decisions. They're just... You own Marvel, and you're like, oh, what's gonna be our new character? Oh, instead of making a new hero, we're gonna make a trans Wolverine. Why? You own Marvel. Make it a new fucking hero. It's not like you're Sony and you bought the rights to only Spider-Man, so you're gonna make 19,000 fucking Spider-Man movies. You're gonna milk the shit out of that license. It's like, okay, yeah, fine. You bought Spider-Man, you can only use Spider-Man. I get it. That's why you made 22 Spider-Man movies. But if you own fucking Marvel, what are you doing sitting there just... Oh, this is yeah, super. I'm not gonna use Superman as an example because their characters were actually pretty decent. You know, this is the female Batman, where they're like, oh yeah, arbitrarily, she's we already have a black Batwoman, but actually this is gonna be a different Batwoman who's a race swapped version of a non-black Batwoman. Why? Why? But anyway, that was the last minutes of rant. We're gonna close it up here. Shit's just getting worse. Both fan fiction and published fiction and shit they want to fucking pay for. I haven't fucking paid for it in literally decades. All of it's getting worse. It's just gonna keep getting worse. It's always gonna be more. Always gonna get worse.